Hey, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel named Boss Lady. So, yes, I think you might have seen some of my previous videos, and those videos might have given you certain glimpse related to career, related to what to wear, or which attire to wear, and what not to wear, many things, right? So, today we are going to discuss a very important topic related to career of many students. What to do after 12th, right? This is one of the major questions of many students. I have seen many students asking the same questions again and again, right? So to answer this, there is a big scope of area for those who have completed commerce, or those who have given 12th examinations from commerce stream, right? So of course there are a lot of options available for you, but being a student you might not be aware of various options, and you might not know that what option leads to where, right? So in this particular video I'm going to give you a step by step a tutorial or a step-by-step process that how to choose a particular topic, that what you would like to do after 12th, or what stream will you choose, right? So let's start with the most popular and let's go towards the most used, the most possible, right? I have done a detailed research on it, and I myself have gone through the entire process. So I think you could take the benefit of my judgment, and of course choose the right path for you, right? So there are many options available. These are the list of options, right? You can go for BCom, that is the most basic one, right? You can choose BBA. Then you can of course go for CS, CA, ICWA, which are also known as professional courses. Then you might also would like to go for other non, you can say, not purely commerce courses, right? But BCA, right? Because some of the contents are related to business, fine. And there are many new areas opening in commercial sectors, right? That you can get benefit of, fine. So let's start with the basics. BCom is one of the most approachable or most possible or most practical course you can do after your 12th, right? So what do you think about BCom? Everybody does it, why should I do it, right? BCom gives you a graduation degree, and in certain competitive examinations, bank examinations, and even government examinations, you need BCom degree, right? BCom is the basic eligibility criteria in many of the competitive examinations, right? So that of course you should do graduate for sure. Okay, so BCom can be one of the options, or BBA. The difference between BCom and BBA is BCom is Bachelor's of Commerce and BBA is Bachelor's of Business Administration. So whoever is thinking of doing MBA, BBA would be better for them. Anybody who's going to pursue MCom, for them BCom is better, right? BCom also has two variations, BCom, BCom Honors. What is the difference between the two? There is no such academic difference or structural difference. It's not that the BCom people will have a different class or something like that. No. It's just that the BCom, in the BCom Honors, you need to give one extra paper, right? Suppose your university conducts BCom examinations and there are 8 papers you need to appear for, and if you apply for BCom Honors you need to appear for one more extra paper, then the total number of papers would be 9. Yes, so BCom is, you can say, the minimum. If you are not able to choose anything, BCom should be your standard measurement. It okay. Now let us try to understand what will you learn from BCom, right? I have done BBA myself, right, and I have gone through various courses or various syllabus of BCom, right? BCom majorly consists of all those commercial subjects from starting to very depth, which you might have studied in your 12th standards, just like marketing management, full-fledged accounts, communication, human resource management, strategic management. We also have topics like cost accounts, taxation, financial management, entrepreneurship, etc. So these are the topics. Now, if you think about practical and theoretical ratio, theory ratio would be, of course, comparatively more rather than practical subjects, because there are limited practical subjects in commerce stream. Like we have cost accounts, then we have marginal accounts. Process accounting, all this comes under accounting. Then we have one more subject called financial management. We also have statistical techniques. We also have certain amount of practical thing in production management, right? So yes, if you talk about especially related to practical, there is a limited scope for here, right? So in BCom you'll be able to learn all the subjects. You will be able to gain a good amount of speciality, right, or good amount of specialization in these particular topics. So yes, to get the concept clarity of these topics, you need to clear your BCom, right? And then of course MCom. The next is BBA. In BBA also you are going to get many of the commerce subjects same as compared to BCom, right? So the difference between BBA and BCom is BBA is a bit more professional, right, and it will contain more practical to the life topics, right? Like we have case studies, we have presentations. Certain institutes also provide various types of research, various types of trainings, right? So it is a bit more practical to life as compared to BCom, right? The same case goes for MBA. In MBA, a student is practically exposed to certain situations where a person can actually get the practice of presentation, right? The student here, especially in MBA, gets polished, right? So he's just like ready for the corporate world. The students of the MBA, they know, you can say, the sophisticated language, right? It is assumed. I have seen a lot of my friends doing the same and they got the same results. So yes, if you want to be very professional, very sophisticated, you just want to know the business, right? So I think you should move towards MBA. Yes, though MBA is more costlier, you should take into consideration the cost of the course, because MCom is a lot cheaper as compared to doing MBA. And if you wish to do MBA from a reputed institute, it might cost you a fortune. So make sure you decide wisely. After MBA, we have certain professional courses like CA, CS, ICWA. What are these? These are not like BBA or BCom courses, because you will not have to go for regular classes, right? So these are like private, but these are very difficult because there is a ruling called aggregate. See, suppose in the BCom first year there are 8 subjects and you failed in one, so you need to repeat only one particular subject again, right? But that is not the case in professional courses like CA, CS, ICWA. CA is chartered accountants, right? And the main apex body to control this is ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So what happens in CA is, suppose in a group you have 4 papers, right? And the rule here is you need to obtain minimum 40 marks for passing in each of the 4 papers. Yes, that is a basic eligibility, you might know. But aggregate, you should able to achieve 50% in this entire 4 papers. So suppose every paper consists of 100 marks each and you are able to score more than 40 in each of the subjects, but your total doesn't match 200 or above, you need to appear for all the 4 papers again. You might sound it shocking, but this is the rule. And one more example. Suppose you gave these 4 papers again, right? Now, this time you are able to achieve 50 in one, 60 in second, in third you are getting 38, and in fourth you are getting 45. So aggregate, you might have matched up your more than 200, right? But if in any paper you are getting less than 40, you need to give the 4 papers again. That is the rule again, right? So this rules goes with the same way. It means you need to obtain 40 in each and every subject compulsory, and you need to score aggregate 50% in all the subjects together. That is also compulsory. If you fail any of the above, you need to give 4 papers again. So this becomes really difficult for a student to clear 4 at one attempt, and that's why there are many attempts given by CA students as well as CS and ICWA. This rule applies to all the professional examinations I'm talking about: CA, CS, ICWA. And what happens if you score above 60? If in any paper you score about 60, you get an exemption that while attending the next time you need to give only 3 papers. In any of the paper, if you are able to achieve 60 or more, you get an exemption that you don't need to appear that particular paper again. But that is allowed only up to 3 attempts. It means, suppose in a particular examination there were 4 papers. In first paper you were able to score 65, right? But either you did not score aggregate 200 marks, or you were not able to score 40 in any individual subject. You need to repeat the 4 papers again. But now you need to repeat only 3 papers. In the paper where you scored 65, you don't need to repeat it again. But the next time, that is allowed for more 3 attempts. After 3 attempts, the exemption can be withdrawn, will be withdrawn, not can be, it will be withdrawn, and then you have to give the 4 papers again. I know it is complicated stuff, but this is how it works. So make sure you know all the rules before entering into a particular course curriculum, or else you'll end up wasting your time, wasting your money, and wasting your resources, right? So make sure whenever you choose a course, to join a course, you need to understand what are the rules, what are the regulations, what am I getting into, how much time is it going to take, what many resources will I need, how much efforts should I have to put into clear that particular course. You need to have a complete analysis, a complete idea, a total bird's eye view before actually entering into that. This is really important for you, okay? So yes, in CA we have 3 levels: foundation, IPCC and final. You need to clear all these levels only after that, and with this you need to take various trainings. I'll make a separate video specially related to CA, and I'll go through all the training sessions, right? Just like orientation training, IT training, GMCS1, GMCS2 and 3 years of articleship. So I'll talk everything about that in detail, but make sure now for the time being you understand this is not a 1-year course. Sometimes it takes 5 years, sometimes it takes 30 years, depending upon how many times you attempt this, right? You might have seen in newspapers that a person has completed CA after 30 years or something like that. So of course they are just repeating their attempts again and again, right? So in CA you can see a broad categorization of foundation. After clearing of foundation you need to clear IPCC. After clearing IPCC you need to clear your final examinations, plus your articleship should be completed by then, and only after that you'll get a membership number from ICAI. So this was about CA. And if I talk about the practical theory criteria. So if I talk about practical theory criteria, practical is more as compared to theoretical subjects. You might see in a batch or in a group there are 4 subjects, 3 or 2 would be of course practical and 1 or 2 would be theory. So of course if you're good at practical, or you have a good grip on practical subjects like accounts, taxation, finance, etc., then you might go or choose for this course, right? But if you don't have a good grip on practicals, then you might face a little bit of difficulty. Now let's go to the next course, that is CS. CS means company secretaries. So I have myself done CA, but I dropped it out because I was not able to clear my IPCC second group, right? So I just dropped it off. I did not complete CA. But yes, I did 3 years of articleship, and CS I'm in the final level. I just need to complete the 3 remaining papers. and yes, then I'll be CS. So what is a CS? CS means company secretaries. Now make sure you understand that it is not a course only for women. Anybody can join, male, female, anybody, right? So CS is governed by ICSI, Institute of Company Secretaries of India, right? So in this also we have three layers. The first layer, it's just like CA, the rules which I told, that in individual subjects you need to get 40%, aggregate you need to get 50%. That rule also applies here, right? So the first is the foundation. After foundation you have executive, and after clearing executive you will lead to professional. So I'll also make a complete video on this. This also has a training period. It also has various you can say training sessions, right? Personality development sessions. So of course you need to join those, you need to pay fees for those also. So I will give you a brief in a video. I'll make a separate video for that, so that you'll be able to understand it in a better way. Now talking about the practical theory aspect of CS, right? So there is a lot of theory and less number of practical. So if you have good grip on theoretical subjects, especially related to law, commercial law, company law, LLP Act, Consumer Protection Act, Industrial Labor Law, there are many type of laws you need to understand, right? So if you are good in theory and especially good in understanding law, then you might join this. But the practical portion is really less, right? Like if you have 9 papers, so 3 papers might be practical, the remaining 6 papers might be theoretical. So make sure you understand where you want to go, to CA or CS, understanding your grip on that particular subject which you have, or the interest on that particular subject you have, right? Now let's talk about ICWA. ICWA is Institute of Cost and Work Accountants of India. Anybody who wish to become a cost and work accountants can go in this particular institute. It also has the same thing, and they also provide training, right? You need to get training, and the details of which I am really not aware of, because I have not enrolled the course ever. But yes, it is also considered a professional course, just like CS and CA, right? So yes, after this I will be surely uploading 2 different videos entirely dedicating to one CA and other CS, so that you will be able to understand the cost, the timing, the fee structure and many other things, so that you can finally decide you need to join this particular course or not, right? And please do mention in the comment section if you have any more doubts, or if you want to ask anything, or if you have any more issues, and if you like this video, right? So take good care of yourself, study hard. These are 2 of my different channels which you can join, and this is the latest video which I have uploaded. I hope you like this video. Take good care of yourself, study hard. Bye bye.